Okay, welcome back. It's Friday for me. I have no idea what day it is for you guys. Doesn't matter anymore. It's all gone. I've lost track. I'm waiting on Royal Mail today. Specifically, the brake stuff should turn up. It's coming from the same company. It's simply a line and the lever and master cylinder. So I think for me, I'm going to get the front kind of loosened, ready to run the system. I'm away next week, so my ideal would be to get this kind of buttoned up, basically ready for sale. Would be most ideal. If I'm really lucky, my mum or dad will message me soon and say the post has been, and the brake will be here. The rear polished up really nice. It looks great. The front looks terrible, but I haven't done my magic on that yet. I need to get up there to the lever because this is a mechanical lever. It has a wire on it, or would have had a wire on it, and we're putting in a master cylinder. It should just sit under there like normal. No issues there at all. I sprayed WD-40 on all this yesterday because it has to come off. I hate all that gaffer tape crap. It's just so unnecessary, and it's such a pain to get off. I've got some brake cleaner that will help a little bit with that. I've got the missing side panel here inside. I've also got the stator to try that today, and I've actually got the new fuel pump gasket from Honda for the CBR 600 F4. So we've got a lot to kind of get on with, but this is priority at this stage because if I'm lucky, it'll be buttoned up today, up for sale tonight, and will sell tomorrow or over the weekend if I'm extremely lucky. If I'm unlucky, I'll be sitting on it all next week, and it will I'll have to sell it when I get back from my trip. So I'm doing bit by bit, getting things done. Gaffer tape residue is disgusting, guys, honestly. It's so hard to get off. Brake cleaners, carb cleaners, WD-40, I've used it all. It's such a pain to get it off. I mean, I'm getting there and it will look great, but it takes forever and it's such a pain. I'm going to drop this panel here so that I can put on the new side piece. I've done a little bit of patching up and cleaning already. It looks much better. Just here, look, there was black scrapes here, and you just touch them up with white and then go over it again afterwards with more white, and it looks much better. The sides have kind of scuffs. That's quite normal on these. The turtle wax will take the majority of that side out. The other side's a bit more. The WD-40 will make it. The turtle wax cut compound stuff will make that a touch better, and then we'll just touch in the black here with white paint, and that will make it better. Up here we've got the bar ready for the new master cylinder. It's basically just that, but on the other side. It may or may not have the same switch. It doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does if I want the bike ready. If it comes with a switch, I can just cut these and wire these to that switch. If it doesn't come with a switch and this doesn't fit, then we're screwed because we have to wait. So bit by bit we're getting it done. Let's get this panel all loosened off forward so that we can put on our side piece. Okay, so my dad called me in the post office. The post has arrived. Here's the two biggest concerns. One is that I wouldn't have a banjo bolt, which is this, but they've left it in. That's brilliant news. That's great. Second is that the rear line won't fit because that system is for a Vespa 300, but actually I think they're a bit longer than this, so I see no reason why it wouldn't fit. But I'm going to kind of mock run the line first just to make sure it does its basics, it fits, and then I'm going to throw this all on, and if everything goes well, it should just become a normal everyday rear braking bike from here. I bought some brand new Dot 4 about an hour ago because I weren't sure how much I had, and we'll go from there. So first things first, we need to get some well, we need to check the line, really, see if it's long enough. So here's a mock fitting of the line. Here I just need to double check that this side will sit nicely on the master cylinder, and then it goes all the way back there, and it will definitely reach with plenty of room. I just want to see how comfortable it will be at this angle. So master cylinder will be there. It's not a great angle actually, is it? What would I be doing? Spinning it? I could connect it, and I think it would be that angle. Connect it on and then pull it round, although I don't really want to put much pressure on it. I might try the other way round. This way seemed better for the caliper. Look, as in it. Oh, hang on a minute. We might be shorter than I thought. We are a bit short actually. Let me double. What have I done? Oh, I've not run it through yet. No, that's true. So let me put it back down. Although I do need it to be able to actually fit. It needs to come down and through. It needs to go its kind of shortest route really. Right, I'm going to be working on this, but I need to see. Yeah, I need to see how it fits on the caliper best. You see. So I'm bleeding the rear brake. Doing a mixture of tapping the thing here. You've seen me do this before. You just really gently tap on the lever. A couple of big squeezes, small taps, and basically the fluid goes through really gently. And of course, using the original method as well by breaking the nipple. Pumping, 1, 2, 3, holding down, break the nipple, tighten it up, back up, 1, 2, 3, loosen the nipple, tighten it up, back up, 1, 2, 3. So you've got a couple of methods there. There's something really therapeutic about watching the bubbles come through. When the bubbles stop coming through and you end up squirting, then you know that you've got all of the air out. But on this occasion where I've put on a new line, I think it was important to undo the nipple because some old bad fluid did come out. So that's why I'm doing a mixture of both. The other thing you can do, if you're ever really stuck and you're screwed and you can't get the air out, you can use a syringe like this. You fill this up with fluid, dot 4. You get the dot 4 down to the bottom onto the nipple. Break the nipple, pump it through, and then it basically goes through the system, and you see it fill up here. It kind of comes up and fill up here and pushes any air out with it. So there's a few ways of doing this there. This appears to seem like it's going to work. Bit of a hack here on the old light switch. It looks much worse than it is. I've actually used connectors underneath. I've just put tape over the top as an extra precaution. So yeah, it looks much worse than it is. It will be fine. It is working. I've checked it. It's just that the other, this one, which was the original, which goes on to the other switch, doesn't go into this bar here, and there's no way of switching it over. So this goes into this one here, which is the original. Right, I'm tapping away. I'll be happier when I've got a rear brake. And then I should probably do a basic test run of this bike after. I am going to be putting it all back together thoroughly. I have been cleaning as I go along. You can see the front's shinier, although I've not used the turtle compound yet. So we're getting there. I do feel rushed. I really don't like rushing bikes. And no one's rushing me, guys. It's me. It's because I'm going away on Sunday or Monday. So I want to get it done. I don't want to store it for a whole, 10 days, really. So I do kind of get wanting to get it advertised tonight, but it has to feel normal on the road when I'm ready. And I know these bikes inside out, so I'll know exactly how good we're feeling or not. So here we go, guys. This is it, polished up, rear brake on and working. It's a bit lighter than I'd like. I'm going to strap it down tonight so that it lets any air out. So here we go, guys. This is the final product. We've got a rear brake. It's a bit softer than I'd like, but what I'll do is I'll strap it down overnight like this, and it will be rock solid tomorrow, and it will stay like that. Top tip there: if you can't get the air out of something, just tie it down overnight. It'll become rock solid. It's come out clean. It's not the best looking bike in the world. It's still got its imperfections. I didn't realise. See here, I thought the bottom panel I bought I thought that covered this area, but actually it was this panel here that came up, so that's a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world either. I mean, it's probably an £1,100 bike now, guys. I'll put it up for 1150, sell it for 11-ish. The main thing is it runs, it rides, it does everything it's meant to do. I'm going to take it for a quick spin. I'm not going to film it. I haven't got the GoPro, haven't got the time, haven't got the energy. In my head, I just need to know that it runs and rides, hits its full speed and does its and brakes. Once I've got that, then I'm happy to let it go at a reasonable price. That's it, really. I mean, it's been a good little bike, really. It's quiet. They normally run fairly quick. They're not the quickest, but they run okay. Sounds much better with that clutch. So quite looking forward to this quick ride, actually. I'll let you guys know exactly how it is. Is it good? Is it bad? Checking the rear brake light after doing the fix, because it's a bit spongy. It might stay on, but that'll go once I sort that out overnight. Alright, quick one, make sure it does what it's meant to do. Get the advert up. Get the advert up and let it go. Is it low on fuel? Either that or the fuel gauge isn't working. That seems particularly low on fuel. I better put some in at some point, actually. Okay, so after a shake-up run, the rear brake of course needs to be a bit stiffer. It was touching the handlebar and not skidding. I'm pretty sure that will go solid overnight once I tie that down, so I'm not worried about that. The throttle still has too much lag in it, and I pretty much adjusted it to its max down there. It might have an adjustment under here. It probably does. So I need to take out some. There you go. Look, it's quite a lot. On the first tiniest bit of throttle, it's a little bit laggy, but I did let it get really low on fuel there. I did just put in like 2 litres, but tomorrow I'll put in some high premium, 5 litres. I think it needs to run. So the list for tomorrow, for me, it won't be tomorrow for you, is also I forgot to plug the light in. I did all that work up there, which by the way only takes a minute or two, and then forgot to put connect the light bulb. So tomorrow, top bit needs to come off again. That's fine. The rear brake needs to come up a bit because it's rubbing on the bottom panel, so it needs to come up a bit. That's easy. It needs to be strapped down overnight to get any left air out. Throttle cable needs to be tightened either from the top end. I actually did the majority at the bottom. There's not much left, so there's probably loads up here that we can take out. And then honestly, it's fine. So there's not going to be an advert tonight on a Friday, which is okay, because I can't function like that with my bikes. They need to kind of meet my basic specs, really. So where are we? Okay, so probably an hour of tweaking in the morning, and then I think we'll be good to get rid of it, with the couple of small bits that we just talked about. As long as the rear brake does stiffen up and stay stiff tomorrow, I'm sure it will. Don't see any reason why it won't. As always, thanks for watching. Click the like. I'm here tomorrow-ish. I think Danny's coming down to service his bike, and then I'm away for a week, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm still going to upload videos because I've been doing pretty much daily filming. I'm quite far behind. I might even upload a video tonight, Friday, so it would have been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then back to Tuesday. Yeah, just to kind of catch up a little bit so that when I come back from holiday I'm starting a little bit more fresh. But it's not, we're in a very good stage here, guys. It looks great, it rides well, not a bad, no issues at all.